I'm gonna miss China. There's always a yin and yang of any country you could live in, of ups and the downs, roller coaster rides. I'm really particularly gonna miss the nature and the
Really
breeze.
excited. I'm ready to start my business. I'm ready to see home again. I'm just ready to go. It being my last day, I do have a lot of butterflies in my stomach right now, just thinking about all the years and all the time that I spent here, and everything that I learned about how to start up school. I was really emotional yesterday. I was crying and all this in front of the students. I don't know if I'll be crying today too. I had a great last day at work, so now it's time for me to get ready and do my hair, get ready to head to the airport. Got these flowers from a coworker. It was an amazing music teacher, and so yeah.
I love my students, but I definitely did not like the toxic positivity at that job. I threw my badge out the window. Anyway, wow. So I left China during a really weird time, during the second lockdowns in 2 years in 2022. It was pretty. So I wrote this poem in 2021 during my time when I was leaving China. Why I left. It is the firewall for one. It is the obey. It is the QR codes as a form of social identity. It is the looks I get like I'm either invisible or a virus. It is the bleached white skin as a foundation for beauty. It is a pollution for me. It is the days of no sun. It is experiencing my first panic attack during the second lockdowns of 2022. It is a woman as second class citizens. It is the white man as God complex. It is the inability to connect with anyone who is not Chinese. It is a man, please move to the back of the plane in summer 2021. We don't want to get COVID. It is the unknown invisible racism. It is the microaggressions. It is the LGBT community that hides in the shadows. It is the robot's behavior and lack of empathy in the workplace. It is the energy and the power of money in the cities. It is the worker bee mentality. It is the live to work versus work to live. It is a feeling that money fixes everything. It is the silence. It is the women who are silenced. It is the true speakers who are silenced. It is you will always be an other. It is the constant feeling that you will never be home. It is the trading privacy for safety. It is the missing of the fantasy of home. It is the laughing at my difference. It is the curious encounters about my skin that are innocent at first and after a while start to burn at my little brown soul. It is the recording. It is the photographs. It is my body as a continuous spectacle. It is the damn umbrellas at the beach. It is hiding from the sun like vampires. It is a vibe of fear on the elevator every time I am on it, holding your breath. It is for me closing yourself off to the world. It is a limit placed on art. It is a limit placed on the mind. I am not the type of artist that can live in a cage. It is a feeling as if I am a trapped butterfly. It is the great if you're learning ancient medicine, martial arts, Taoism, Tai Chi, if you're visiting nature and living in landscapes and not the copycat cities. It is great if you want to be safe from COVID physically but not mentally. It is COVID used as a fear of tool. It is taking children away from their parents in quarantine. It is the kisses and affection I miss seeing in the streets. It is the no dogs barking. It is the bleach cream. It is the rules. It is the rules that make no logical sense. It is the bubble world. It is the trapped sci-fi fantasy that somehow this place has become. It is the idea of false digital utopia. It is the fear of writing this poem. It is the fear that my words will tarnish all the good times and seeds of love and joy and creative knowledge I planted in thousands of students. It is that you cannot put creativity in a jar. It is you cannot hold anyone down. It is the limits placed on the mind. For me, I had nothing left to learn. It is the stories I could never tell of Tibet for fear of never being able to return. It is the knowledge that is freedom. It is the freedom that is knowledge. It is time. At some point, the bird has to set itself free. I can never and will never be a trapped butterfly. So I said goodbye to the things I love most about China. The nature, the people who love nature, the folks that lived in the mountains, the trees, the lotus flowers.
Yeah.
This is my last day doing my hair. I had 2 knots for my flight.
Almost 4 years of living in China.
heading out of the country.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous about this flight, but I'm gonna do it.
I think it's gonna be all fine. So, anything else
Nope, that's it.
you want to share?
Nope. Leaving China round 2. The first time around, I had too much luggage or something, and it was all this thing and all of this situations and whatever. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to the airport now, and we're heading out of China. In Guangzhou Airport, and I'm trying to figure out where to go. It's literally a ghost town at the moment, and it's only 9 o'clock. So that was like the weirdest ever flight home ever. I landed in Guangzhou because I had to transfer in Guangzhou, and I was freaking out because in Guangzhou I had to do another COVID test in order to get on the flight and to transfer, and that was really weird. And the airport was hella airy. Everything was closed and shit. It was like a ghost town, the airport. So I had to like find a place to sleep, and I was just like, I was just anxious the whole way, you know. So anyway, yeah, the airports were empty then, and like literally like 1 or 2 flights would be leaving, you know, out of each airport a day. But you know, I found a spot to chill and relax, and I did some meditation. I was just like so ready to go, so ready to just leave. I took a really good nap there and slept there like the whole night, you know, most of the night anyway. But yeah, I mean, the transport out of China was hella difficult, like for anybody leaving at that time. But I knew I had to I had to go. I was like, nope, 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 not for me. I don't wanna experience this, you know. It was just time for me to go. You know, sometimes a chapter in your life closes, and you just close it, and you just keep it moving. You just keep it going, and you just keep doing your thing. First place I landed before I went to America is I went to go chill in Cambodia for a little bit. Just chill by the beach and just relax and just kind of like zone out for a little bit before I go right to the US. And I had a good time there. It was a lot of fun. And then I headed on from Cambodia to Germany. And in Germany, that was like my first time seeing like diversity again. And for me, it was a it was like a reverse culture shock. I was like, oh my God, there's so many different cultures walking by. Because in China, it's just like everybody's Chinese, you know? And, you know, and that's just China, and that's okay. It's just that, I haven't seen it in such a long time. And it was such a great diversity that I saw, you know? It's important for me to share this story, not just for my own healing from leaving China and all of what I went through in 2020, but just for everyone else to like just know my story. You know, everybody had a different story for COVID, and mine was like an epic, like, adventure movie. So anyway, I finally left China, though. I landed in JFK soon. I went to, like, when I was in Frankfurt, like I told you. Oh, my God, it was so... And truth be told, I grew up in a very interesting childhood in America. You know, I grew up and surrounded by a lot of people who are very proud to be who they are, you know, never not spoke up for what they believe in. You know, I grew up with a, family that grew up during the time of the Black Panthers, the time of the Civil Rights Movement. So for me to be in a place that is in a militant country is not good for my health and well-being. It just wasn't good. And I definitely wanted to get home. First place I landed was my I wanted to check out was my old job. This is an exhibit I did, a mathematics exhibit back then. I found out they still have it up, so I wanted to go check it out. Plus, my mentor passed away, who was the former director of the museum, so I wanted to check that out. Got myself some ranch dressing all day from Trader Joe's. Like, I love Trader Joe's. I was at Trader Joe's like every day. Got me some Jamaican food, some rice and peas, some plantains. My favorite candies. Like, people don't understand like the little things that are so exciting when you you lived abroad for such a long time. And I just had fun. Like, joy is a great medicine. Play is a great medicine, especially for an artist. And so I just like played video games and just kind of went to my nephew's graduation. I went to go see family, went to the mosque, you know, went to Juma, my childhood mosque. Took my nephew to like a Comic-Con fair, relaxed, hung out.
Do you give yourself permission to use your voice? Yes. Do you give yourself permission to use your voice? Yes.
Yeah, as long as it's not an old ass.
Not old. I don't care about the news. I care about whatever deal I can fucking get for an iPhone.
It was great seeing family, but you know, at the times it was sometimes draining and sometimes heavy. It was a lot of tears. You know, my grandfather passed away in 2020. Never had a funeral. There was a lot going on, but it was exhausting. But it was great, like seeing family, traveling the states, different states to see family, and just kind of like being home again. It was just great.
No, I feel like Marty McFly, he just stepped into the future because New York, there's so many things that are different right now, and it's tripping me out.